Hi, I'm Roger Phillips. I'm at AIG American International Group's corporate treasury. I'm standing here in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Right behind me is the ticker and the entrance to the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street. The New York Stock Exchange was formed in 1792 under the buttonwood tree that stood here at one time. 24 brokers came together and came to an agreement to start trading securities. Nearly 225 years later, the stock exchange stands in the same place. And there's about 3,000 securities, or stocks as we call them, that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. The total capitalization, or the total value of all these securities, of about 3,000 securities, is approximately $10.1 trillion as of October of 2008. So we're going to take a walk around this area, the lower Manhattan, the financial district area, and talk about the different institutions that played a role in the global economic crisis.
Sure.
Here in front of us is the corporate headquarters of Goldman Sachs, one of the most important and bluest of blue chips investment banks. Here we are in another important landmark and a place that played a pivotal role in the global economic crisis. We're standing in front of 55 Water Street, House of Standard & Poor's, a name that you probably may have heard. Standard & Poor's was entrusted by the markets and the governments and the investors to put a rating and look at the quality of assets. So the credit rating of all these securities plays such an important role in the whole global economic crisis because these ratings, quite frankly, were not accurate. Let's carry on. We're back on Wall Street. Here we are, as you can see, on the far end with a church, a very famous church called Trinity Church. There's a very famous saying on Wall Street. It says there's a church on one end and what used to be a graveyard on the other, but it's actually the river now. So it's a very famous saying on Wall Street that there's a church on one end and a graveyard on the other. You can take whatever meaning you want out of this. We're going up to 175 Water Street, which is just down about a couple of blocks from here, and we're going to look at the American International building, the AIG building. We're in front of 175 or 175 Water Street, the American International Group building. The AIG, as you might be aware, is one of the largest insurance companies in the world. It received government bailout as a result of the global economic crisis back in September of 2008. Primarily because of having significant losses in the capital markets and mortgage-related losses. So this brings us to the end of our mini tour of Lower Manhattan / Financial District. We'll see you guys in the classroom and can't wait to have all the excitement.